thumbs up on the YouTube, on the Facebook side, and then we'll you count me down once I verify it's there. And you got them all muted right now, right? Usually.
Arians.com.
Welcome to the Boss Hog of Liberty podcast. This is episode number 451 of East Central's favorite podcast. Jeremiah Morrill, joined by temporary, short-term executive interim producer Sarah Morrill. Zach Burcham is over on the East Coast doing summertime things.
He's in prison,
but he promises to be back.
Short term.
He promises to be back.
He'll be out on bail soon.
As soon as he collects that $300 that he owes the state of North Carolina. Maybe we'll get him back by next Thursday. In the co-host chairs, we got Mr. Bones. Welcome.
Howdy. Honored to be here.
A man who's pissed off at the entire province of Ontario and the nation of Canada and the British Empire, Caleb Buchanan.
Rightfully so.
Hello. Glad to be back.
You got smoked out, and it wasn't because of Willie Nelson.
No, it was not because of Willie.
Betsy Mills,
Holler.
former county council person, and
Tax raiser.
and I was going to say Indiana
I'm not
Fever
pushing
super
the
fan.
button.
I was going to say
Betsy.
civilian, but I mean,
Indiana
any
Fever
of those
super
work.
fan. Betsy Mills is here. Here's the show we got planned today. Had some interesting news coming through Memorial Park, a bit of a hot button issue around disc golf, because we can make anything an issue if we spend enough time thinking about it. So we're going to talk about disc golf. Indiana has a $1.5 billion budget surplus. But I personally want to complain because I just wrote them a check for $1,300 last week. Maybe they're taking too much money. See if everybody has the receipts for that. We might stop changing the clocks, possibly. We're going to talk about that one. That's always a topic in Indiana. I had a very good time in Louisville last weekend, and we were gifted a bottle of rye whiskey from the homeland of the very first Whiskey Rebellion in a town that is now named after the man who tried to put down the Whiskey Rebellion in Washington, Pennsylvania. It's like whiskey inception around here. So we're gonna try that towards the end of the show, and then we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about sports. World Cup is over. IndyCar had a disappointing rain out. The Indiana Fever are making headlines left and right. And today, NASCAR star Alex Bowman announced that he's retiring, but not for a year and a half. That's the plan. This show is about our lives in rural Indiana. We're here to push your boundaries and make you think as individuals. Sometimes we'll provoke you, other times we'll make you laugh, but hopefully you'll always learn something new. Mr. Bones, we just did ourselves another 15, 20 minutes over on Patreon.
Yes, we did.
What kind of stuff are they going to learn over there?
Well, they're going to learn about an old fashioned that we tried from Pennsylvania. They're going to learn why Caleb is pissed off at Canada.
Yes.
And couple Joe Diffie.
We went through some Joe Diffie lyrics.
Yes. A little
and
deep dive into some deep cuts.
Yep. And we talked fantasy football.
Yes. Oh, a couple punishments.
There's a poll over there on the Patreon side. You jump on Patreon at any level, you get added to a special Facebook group. There are we do polls over there. We do fun exercises. You get a little extra access to the crew. So over there, there's we're kind of taking some ideas. We're gonna take the audience's ideas, the patron audience's ideas for fantasy football punishments, and we might submit those to the commissioner of the league and see if any of those maybe work out.
To vote in our pool, you don't need a birth certificate, driver's license.
You just need money.
Just need money.
Yeah, we just need your
family
money.
tree. We don't need.
As Sarah's favorite president says, just send cash.
Just send us your cash.
Just send us your cash. You name your own. It's like William Shatner. By the way, stage 4 cancer. Sorry for William Shatner. Not great. 95 though. That's a good run.
That's a good life.
That's a good run.
Yeah.
Price. I always like to say that we're just like William Shatner and Priceline. You name your own price over on Patreon. But if you do $50 or more a month, you get special treatment at the beginning of the show from one Mr. Adam Bones Harcourt Cardino Esquire.
Those people are Jonathan Phillips over at Ed Martin Honda in Indianapolis. We got Blake Reese over at Varsity Outfitters
And
in Canale.
yes,
Welcome to the family in Canale.
Varsity Outfitters is going away.
Okay.
So leaning into the Canale side now.
They're going away, but they will not be forgotten.
They will not. They're on the Boss Hog merch that two of us are repping right now.
We got Tommy Oaks over there at Walnut Ridge RV. I saw Brinkley going down the road today.
Ooh.
Tried to take a picture, but I thought
Did
that
Tommy
was
sign it?
unsafe. I think so.
I hope he signed it.
He did. And then we got Moral Monument Cleaning for for legal reasons. They will not clean dead people. And then we got Pops Recycle.
Thanks for that aside, just so we knew that they don't clean dead people.
Just
His
the
mother
monuments.
makes me say it. Okay.
If you were going to sign a camper, where would you sign it?
Well, this is a fifth wheel, so I'd probably sign it right over the part that comes, the gooseneck that comes back over.
You'd sign it up on the
Yes.
hitch side.
Yep.
I would sign it in a place that I knew my signature was there and would be there forever.
Mhm.
I think I would sign it
Underneath.
behind the license plate, where the license plate goes on, so that it doesn't affect anybody, but the signature is there.
Okay.
That's what I would do. Caleb, would you sign one anywhere?
Yeah, I'd probably go above the license plate, so I'm above your signature.
So it's
But
just above mine.
yeah,
Just to one up me.
yeah, and they probably see it first because you scan from top to bottom. But
We'd need to get you a step stool to get up above.
you're
that, though.
absolutely right. You're absolutely
Not
right.
only would I sign right there, but I would go all Herbie Hancock on it and get it real big.
I'd sign on the back side of the pass-through door.
It's not Herbie Hancock. It's Jeff Hancock. He works down there at the Jiffy Lube, and he's the city councilman.
Hmm.
I've
Okay.
seen him raise taxes before. You remember Jeff?
I don't know anything about taxes.
We have a button.
I have
Sarah's
am- I
showing
have
her
amnesia.
straight. Sarah's showing her straight. I can't believe Zach Burcham's not in the chat right now, just in all caps. Play the bit.
He's
Play
on
the
vacation.
bit.
Zach, enjoy your vacation.
He's
Thank-
probably eating some lovely seafood this evening.
He's at a shrimp boil somewhere. All right. So
Hopefully his alternator's working.
it's brand new.
Starters, brand
It's a
new.
starter.
There's a starter.
That's true.
Hopefully he doesn't lose his drone in the ocean.
He posted some video or some photos.
Oh, did he?
And it was listing to a side. And he said he was flying the drone in 20-mile-an-hour winds. I'm like, he is brave. Flying that
Wow.
drone over the ocean, 20-mile-an-hour winds. I'm sure he would send out one of his two sons to retrieve it. I don't know which one he would risk, but
Yeah. Well,
just have,
Jackson will go further for a
have
drone
him-
than Owen would.
have him doggy paddle out there for it. All right. So Memorial Park is a place that's very special to many of us in the community.
absolutely.
It is a very large, multiple 100-acre park that's home to our county 4-H organization, the Henry County Saddle Club. There's a golf course that's on the greater property that whether or not it's actually legally owned by the golf course is a part of the county or not. It feels like it's all the same entity.
Isn't it the
also-
largest war memorial?
It
park?
also it's the
Mhm.
largest war memorial in the state, and there have been the Memorial Park Board has been working with disc golf organizations for 4 years to design a 18-hole disc golf course inside of the park.
I remember this. I was actually on county council when this idea came up, and I was talking to Tracy Harrison, who then was the superintendent of the park, and she asked me what I thought, and I said, "That's brilliant, fabulous, another addition to the park that's worthwhile. Bring more traffic in.
Gets people out there.
Sounds great."
So they've been working. There's I guess a disc golf committee that's been put together, and it's been through a legal process where this group has a 2-year operating agreement. It's the Disc Golf Club of Muncie or Delaware County, because there wasn't one in Henry County at the time. There is now. But the guy that seems to be the leader of that organization has Henry County roots.
Sure.
So he grew up at Blue River, he lives in Muncie, but he's down here constantly and is kind of like the disc golf superintendent of sorts. So this week there was a special listening session where he gave his pitch and an update to the park board for about 45 minutes. And then they came back and had a regular park board meeting. And ultimately at the end of that, the Memorial Park Board. There are 5 members. 3 were present at the meeting. All 3 voted yes to move forward with this plan, and they're going to open a disc golf course on August 8th. There is some public opposition. Helen Stussy, who is the I don't know if she's the president or the leader of Henry County RIPS, which is a organization that comes around and they remove non-native plants, honeysuckle, those sorts of things.
Invasive species.
Invasive
yeah.
species. They came into the process, I guess, at some point this year with an environmental study and said, hey, some of the areas that you're trying to bring the disc golf course through, it's over like a 30-acre footprint. 3 acres of it theoretically are affecting some forest ground, and some of the forest area it has some plants that the RIPS community or the nature community says is of concern. So they've been negotiating, talking through things, and I think the park board felt comfortable enough to move forward. I don't think that all of the critics were completely satisfied, judging by some Facebook traffic and comments and things that were made this week before and after the meeting. But it is moving forward. The disc golf community is going to do some things to deal with soil compaction, mulching, roping off certain areas to keep people on public trails or in areas that they belong or don't belong in. The course is designed to be for an intermediate or a more advanced user. So if you are a first-time disc golfer, they're encouraging you to go to Baker Park or another park, which is a little bit more forgiving. So if you're not the athlete that some disc golfers might be, they don't want you getting yourself in any trouble, because there are some big ravines and some hills and things, because the course is designed to take you to parts of the park that you don't necessarily normally go to.
Someone's going to make a lot of money walking through the park, picking up discs of people who've lost theirs.
Facebook Marketplace is going to be popping.
It's true. It's true. So you think it's like golf balls where you find
Oh,
that?
absolutely.
I've never been disc golfing. I'm going to have to get into
okay,
it.
so I have a set and I keep buying discs, and I've actually only been once, so I'm pathetic. But I'll go to like Play It Against Sports, and like you will look through like used discs that have been used like once, and they have like the person's name, address, cell phone. Like people want their stuff back, but does it ever go back?
Probably
I
not.
don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. I went real golfing, and I think I went through. I think I lost 7 golf balls in 18 holes. I don't know how many discs
Really,
I would
honestly,
lose.
that's not bad.
That's
pretty good.
it was fine.
It's his one time a year he golfs.
Yeah, I
That's
hadn't
pretty
golfed since
good.
the
I
same
mean-
scramble a year before.
Honestly,
How much were you drinking as you lost these 7 balls?
An appropriate amount.
Okay.
that's outstanding.
I mean-
Outstanding.
Let's go over the list. I think I had on the second hole, the one of the hole sponsor had watermelon mojitos.
Ooh.
So I had one of those. I had a John Daly version of an Arnold
I've
Palmer.
heard those were good.
It wasn't my thing.
No,
it wasn't my thing. They're probably good for what they are, but it
Mhm.
wasn't for me.
I didn't even know he had that out. And one of my buddies, he played like Division I golf. He's a really good golfer.
Yeah.
If he's watching this, I'd never admit that he's a good golfer, right? I beat him in putt, but he was telling me that he goes down to Florida in the winter and caddies at a big course, like private course. You can't just walk on there and play. And he said they were selling those, and he really likes them. People buy them like crazy. I had no idea he'd started it.
Yeah, I mean it's the kind of the seltzer type thing,
Right,
but it was
right.
his version of an Arnold Palmer.
Right.
I'm just not that much of a beer guy anymore. Is my problem. So I think I had a summer shandy, and I think that might have been it. I think I had like 3 drinks over the course of the time, and then I pounded Gatorades and waters. If I had brought a little side of bourbon or rum, I would have done that with some Cokes or ginger ales, but
That's against the law.
alas, I didn't have that. Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't want to break the rules.
Exactly.
But if I had the mojitos all day, it would have been different.
Yes.
I would have been into that. I'm a cocktail guy. This is what it is. But it's on a golf course that's harder to do.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
So I don't know. I don't know how you get by, Bones. You just pound the Mick Ultras and call it good.
Bush Lights, but yeah.
Yeah. I just
We are
All
in
right.
Franklin County.
All right.
You got to be Franklin County, okay? You got to blend into your surroundings.
just ignoring Caleb over
Yeah,
there.
that's all right.
He's trying to fist bump you.
I just did.
Oh,
I got you. Don't
Yeah,
worry about
yeah.
it.
You left him
good.
hanging.
I
Just-
tried calling you, but you didn't answer.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh man.
He's gonna tear up. So, on a whole, are we excited about disc golf coming to Memorial
Yeah,
Park?
absolutely. It's a
They've-
good thing.
They're adding amenities. They've added
Yes.
pickleball now. They've added.
Well-
I think you're going to see. I never see Baker Park without a huge crowd of people playing pickleball and playing disc golf.
It's a good thing. Like, I respect Dr. Stussy. Like, I get it. I appreciate her efforts and her team's efforts. I remember one of the 2 holes in question, there was a plant there that they didn't have anywhere else in the park. It was golden something. And I was like, can we not just move the damn plant somewhere else in the park? Like, is it that hard to have?
Well,
Can we
it's-
have everything if we think about it? I don't know.
I think it's. I mean, I've never played disc
And I s-
golf, but I'm excited. I mean, I'm glad they're. Maybe I'll start.
It's a
Maybe I'll
it's-
start.
It's fun. It's
Might
cool.
be a little fun little hobby to do.
I'm in. I'll try it.
Let's go.
We-
yeah,
We'll try a
go
little
play.
bit.
We have
We'll
fewer
borrow
and fewer
Betsy's
hobbies.
discs.
Sure, yeah, I have a bunch
We'll
of
just
them.
take
We all
Betsy.
play.
She's the subject matter expert. Sounds like she'll teach us how to
She
play.
could be our guide.
I will be.
Are we allowed
very
to
bad.
have boys and girls play golf at the same time?
We can do co-ed. You can do whatever
All right,
you want.
all right. I just don't want to violate any rules.
Let's play it.
No, no.
We're not in a league. It's not league play, so we can do this.
Yeah. I don't think we're breaking any sort of constitutional values. Wow, we are talking between so many lines right now, viewers. You have no idea.
All right. Bones, are you in for disc golf?
I'm out.
You're out.
Yeah.
He knows he'll get beat.
Yeah, I'm out.
Are you too tall to play?
I probably. There's plants out there that I shouldn't be seen or touched. I don't want to cause any ruckus. I'd probably end up hitting the doughboy. Would not be a good situation. I'm out.
We just need a caddy, so can you just come anyways?
No.
Okay. Well,
Do you have a cart?
Ooh, can I have a cart? If I could have a cart, I'll go.
I don't know if are golf
I-
carts prohibited.
I don't.
This cart.
I can't fathom they would allow golf carts at Memorial Park off the actual golf course.
Who's going to carry the beer?
good point.
That's a real question.
I have so many questions now.
Well,
We're gonna have to play and just
Yeah.
find out.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah, we should do that.
I'm for it. Let's do it.
All right. Well, 3 of us are in. We'll
Boss
see.
hog.
Maybe Zach will play. Sarah's shaking her head. Absolutely not. 8 months pregnant over there. She's like, I will not climb any more hills. I'm done.
I also have played disc golf exactly one time, and that was plenty for me.
Me and Sarah will be at the pool. when You guys get
Yeah.
done.
I'm gonna bring my Australian Shepherd to retrieve my discs that I didn't throw correctly. He's my mulligan dog. All right. So there's your disc golf story. Indiana budget surplus this week. It was announced that there's a $1.5 billion surplus in the state of Indiana. They've collected more money than they thought they would or they needed to. If you remember back a year ago, roughly, no, I guess maybe it was just back in January. There was an emergency cut to a bunch of services and some cuts to state operating budgets where they said, hey, things don't look good. It was right around the time the tariffs were going in, Betsy, and they pulled back a bunch on the state budget. So the state budget agency says that their cash reserves are going to grow by $1.3 billion or 32%. So by next summer, they should have about $5.3 billion in reserves. That's 23% of the state's current spending. The budget writers typically look for 10 to 15% on hand. Now, this is coming on the heels of a pretty significant property tax change and potentially some local governments that are going to be getting less money or expecting to get less money.
It's a really messy situation, and there's opportunity here. I mean, it's great to have a budget surplus, but
At some point, either you're not spending as much as you were supposed to be, or you're collecting too much.
right there's that, and then there's we're going to get rid of property taxes. That sounds really sexy, really cool, especially for our seniors who I believe have earned it. Generally, like I think that's a good thing. The second part of that question is, well, who the hell is paying for it? It's going to cost us what, $10 billion at least? Where does that come from?
More than half of the money the state is collecting now is coming from the sales taxes, our sales tax on goods. We don't tax services right now. I know Henry County Representative J.D. Prescott is talking about limiting property taxes and adding in a tax onto services as well. So when you get your car repaired or your haircut, that would now become a taxable event as well. The other interesting thing that has happened is that since the Iran conflict has started, we've seen the gas tax get suspended in the state of
Right.
Indiana. Not the diesel tax, but the gasoline tax. And the governor is almost at the point where we've reached the 6-month mark of that happening. And now to continue to get rid of that 60-some cent tax break that folks have been experiencing, they need to do a special session or it's going to come back into place. So the state, with this extra $1.5 billion that they have said, hey, we didn't need that money to go to roads right now. We can just make up for it with all this extra cash we're sitting on. So they're going to make NDOT whole. Theoretically, it's not going to affect any of the capital expenditures, the maintenance budget, all the things that they're supposed to be doing. And they're also going to give all the money back to the cities and towns and localities that they should have been collecting from the gas tax. We're getting further and further away from whatever the hell the plan was
Right.
7 months ago. It's
Right.
a lot of executive making it up as we go along.
And at the end of the day, I mean, we've seen this for years, and I saw this as a member of the Henry County Council. I just think, if I understand history, and history does repeat itself quite well, these taxes will eventually end up local. Maybe not the sales tax, but a lot of them are going to end up local. And the state house will say, wow, we are so good at finances. We're just the best. And then everybody who's locally elected is going to look like a total jerk for raising taxes because it's not cool to raise taxes.
So this happened. You guys all last names. Caleb, you're a B, so you're a Buchanan.
Yeah.
Not a B as in a biatch, but a B as in as a Buchanan.
Same thing.
So M's Morals, we have to pay for our registrations in August.
August 14th, according to the license plate behind your head.
August 14th. Yeah, we just changed out a license plate, so my Go Alex plate is now off the Tahoe.
Is that how they determine your last name?
Yeah.
Oh
So
my God.
So your last name determines
So
when.
yours are August too?
No, I'm not. Mine's
He's an H.
No,
Yeah.
M. When do your plates renewed?
August 14th.
August,
Mine
yeah.
are August 8th.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
Mills.
MIMO.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
literally a week apart.
That's hilarious. I
Yeah.
had no idea that's how they did that.
Yeah.
By alphabetical order.
Yeah, corporate
think-
vehicles are usually January.
Sure.
I think
That-
mine is
I literally
March
did not know that.
27th. I think mine says 3/27.
Yeah.
It's a June.
So you've had to do this. So I've been a proponent of reevaluating the way that we charge license plates. And I know I've got a fair amount of toys, right? I've got a boat in the garage over here it's a 2007, but it cost me $100 and something a year to keep it on the water. And then it's on a trailer, so I have to plate the damn boat trailer as well, and that cost me $40 a year. And then I've got a travel trailer. This is the one that really irritates me because the travel trailer is like $350.
Because
And
they-
it's based upon
Yeah.
the age of the thing and what the fictitious MSRP of it is. And
Right.
that
sets
nobody pays.
that nobody ever pays, and that sets the scale for the thing for the rest of time.
It's kind of like property taxes.
So I think we were going to have to pay for our renewal for 3 vehicles, a camper, a boat trailer, and a boat, like $1,400. And I was like, this is stupid. Like I was just like, this is a stupid amount of money. So we had IMS, we were supporting the IMS Museum with 3 of our license plates. I said, we don't need all 3 of those. So I cut it down to just 1, and then we have the bridge on 2 of the vehicles now, which are fine. I didn't get that anything fun when it let it randomly generate, because there's this lady in Florida that had the
SQZ A55.
her squeeze ass plate in this retirement neighborhood lady, and she was so appalled she called 14 TV stations and did an interview with her license plate about
But then she
how
had
embarrassed she
Wow,
was.
what a
T-shirts
scandal.
on
Of
Yeah.
all
for
the
each
things in the
interview.
world.
She got assigned the squeeze ass plate. So I didn't get anything nearly that fun, or I would have also called a press conference.
I still have the best
An
license plate.
embarrassment.
I still have the best license plate. I know. BS 69,
Nice.
which is Ball State 69, but
And you didn't request it. That
I went to the Alumni Association. I was like, hey, I want one of the low digit plates like you get if you're like a super involved as an alum. And they're like, great, we have 2. And I was like, okay, what are they? BS 69, BU 69. And I was like, yes, Krista, we can each have one. And Krista was like, leave me the hell out of this. I'm not driving a car with BU 69 on it. And I was like, then fine, forget you. And I gave it to my buddy Ben. And so I'm BS 69. He's BU 69. I swear to God, everywhere I go, I believe men of the fraternity background laugh with me as we look at my plate.
That's spectacular.
Yes.
So I asked for you guys if you're willing to share how much you guys have to pay to the state. It was $1,300 is what we had to pay for our household, and it does depend upon the age of your vehicles and what they are. Because if you get something that's like 10 years old, they start to drop off to where it's like $70 or $80 or $100.
I'm still paying a couple hundred for a 9-year-old SUV.
Right.
So,
but you do have to pay the organization charge
it's
and
like
and the other
$25
stuff.
though.
Right.
Yeah.
And because we had Go Alex for Alex Pillow or Alex Rossi. It was interpretive on the IMS one. And I think they charged me like 25 extra for the organization. And I think because it was a custom one, it was like another $50 or more. And I was like, I'm just going to stop paying that. All that extra money.
Sure.
And now I got the plate to display instead of having it on the vehicle. That's what we did. Bones, your car is like $38 because it's an 02 Tercel.
We're at 75.
75.
75.
Do you plate the Ford truck in your driveway?
No, that hasn't been updated since 2021.
Do you ever use the vehicle?
Every once in a while, yeah, it goes out on the road every once in a while.
I looked at it a year ago. I'm not so sure how valid that is.
Oh, it goes out on the road, but the tailgate stays down, so they can't see the license plate.
Are the tires inflated currently?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Caleb, you've got a nice Ford something.
Yeah, I've got a Bronco, and I looked last year. It was $412,
Ouch.
and I just was looking at it today because I can go ahead and pay ahead. I guess I got on there, and it's showing like $350
for next year.
Yes,
to
which
the next
$40 of that is to the firefighters union because I have the union plates, which is fine. I mean, that's fine, but I'm buying a sticker.
Yeah,
I'm buying a sticker.
You're buying well. I mean, part of that is a tax Betsy puts on there back in the day. Your wheel tax is on there.
Thanks, Betsy.
Hit the button.
I told her I would be nice.
I just love the race taxes.
She is nice.
You're not on the list
because if you look at Marion County right now, we covered this a few weeks ago. Marion County is talking about taking your camper wheel tax up to $100 a vehicle, or your regular car up to $100, and a camper up to like $250. Crazy money because they have to make $50 million a year to match what the General Assembly said is out there for matching funds. So that's now been vetoed by the mayor of Indianapolis, Rushville's Joe Hogsett, the mayor of Indianapolis, and it's like a 1 or 2 votes either way. You're going to decide if the city council can override that or not. Time will tell. So, do they take too much of our money? That's the question.
Yes.
Especially on the license plate side.
Yeah.
That part's pissing me off. They were supposed to have lower license plates in the state, and I don't feel like it's that low.
I just think the average person, regardless of ideological background, wants their tax money to be collected fairly and to be spent effectively and efficiently. And when we don't see that, it's just beyond frustrating. And there's just so much of it.
I feel like
or
when
projects that are slow and stupid or whatever.
Inflation has caused consumer goods to go way the hell up.
Certainly.
So the state is now collecting an astronomical amount of money in sales taxes, is what's actually happening, right? So you've got more than half the budget is now being made up for in sales taxes. If we're not going to cut sales taxes, then let's start to roll back some of the things like the license plate fees that are getting charged, like you pick the tax you want to get rid of, but start to do not the corporate income tax, not that stuff, but actually the stuff that's actually going to affect Joe Blow's pocketbook.
Absolutely.
That's the call that I want to see
That would be ideal.
As we get into the fall and we've got state senate candidates, we got state house races, those sorts of things happening.
Well,
those are the issues that I want to start hearing about as a voter.
Absolutely. And I hope we can facilitate some of those conversations on the show, but like we need to be really specific. You want to tax us? Where's the money going to come from? Where's it going to go? Like, if you can't, it sounds really great. Oh my gosh, no property taxes. That sounds wonderful. They just never answer the second half of that. And I worry. I mean, I posted. I think you've probably referred to this, but I reposted. Abdul Hakim Shabazz had a great post a couple days ago on Facebook about like, hey, cutting property taxes, great idea. Second question: where's the money come from?
What's your plan?
Are you going to kick it down to the locals?
Well,
Are you
and
going to raise taxes?
when we
Like,
do
what are you
something like
gonna
suspending
do?
the gas tax and we don't use that money for the roads now, and you just grab it from a different pocket and say, well, we'll make up for it. Well, now you've got ambiguity, and you've got obviously your
Sure.
tax rates are set wrong. If you don't need to collect as much money on the road tax, then why is it there? And if you do want to collect it, then let's not play the games of suspending it for 6 months when it's a short-term solution, and let's cut taxes somewhere else.
Right.
Pick a lane. Pick what we want to do.
Yeah.
But
Well,
now we're the General Assembly hasn't met, and now the executive is making up the rules as they go along. And a couple of people on committees say, "Yeah, we'll take care of it later." That's not the government I signed up for.
it's not, and it leaves the rest of us wanting what the hell's going on. What is actually going to happen, because none of you have an answer. You have beautiful ideas, really pretty ideas that sound wonderful, pie in the sky. How the hell are you going to do it? And they don't have that answer.
And you are a Republican, right?
I am.
All right. All right.
I'm.
You don't
but-
sound like one sometimes, so I just want to make sure.
Well, I mean, I don't sound like a Democrat right now.
Well, I don't know. The Republicans are in charge, and you don't sound anything like the people in charge.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking.
They're Republicans, saying what I'm saying.
All right.
They're just not elected.
They're just not elected or running the General Assembly.
They're just being good boys and girls because they're in office, and I feel a little bit of freedom to speak my mind now that I'm a civilian.
You're not
Yeah.
you're not trying to run for anything.
As you
No.
should. As you should.
Bones and Caleb, is the rent too damn high? Are they charging you too much in taxes?
Always.
I mean, since I've been a homeowner for 2 years, like I've paid attention to property taxes, and like I just don't get it.
Well-
You know, like taxes in general, even on like my paycheck, I'm like, what in the
We're
hell?
just making up numbers at this
You
point.
know, like
You're exactly right, and that's another thing. I would get phone calls on council where someone would say, "You've raised my property taxes $5,000 in the last year, and we've literally done nothing to our property.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Can you explain that to me?"
Well, that's
and
what you
I'm
can
like,
sell it for, Caleb.
I didn't do
Yeah.
that, but I'm going to kick you to the assessor so she
Right.
can explain that to you, because
Typical politician
she-
just kicking it right,
Right.
down the road.
well, it's actually her job. She's the one who sent the letter with the
Right.
increase, or he or whoever.
Their
Which, like
office.
on my
Um,
house, I
Yeah.
take care of it. I mean, I landscape it, I mow, you know,
Well, that's
it's
the
nice.
mistake you made.
But the only thing I've done since I've lived there
If
for
you
2 years,
made it look like a drug den, maybe they wouldn't
Right.
tax you so much.
exterior wise, I put in a new driveway, a new
Right.
asphalt driveway. I haven't replaced the windows. I've done inside work on it. You know, I've remodeled the upstairs, but the only thing I've done is put in a new driveway, and my property taxes go up, which I'm just like, what are you seeing that I don't see? Because I don't see any like grand
here's a part of what
specific
happened to you,
changes.
Caleb, is that you had a transaction on the property after 2020 as rates as real estate prices have gone up.
Mhm.
I don't know the cost of your house, and I don't know what you paid for it, but I'm just guessing based upon being Henry County and being Knightstown, that if your house had sold in 2005, it might have been a $90,000 to $120,000 house.
Right.
And if you bought it in 2024, probably $180,000 to $250,000
Pretty
house now.
close. 175.
Yeah.
I paid for it.
So in that range. So now all of a sudden the county thinks, well, shit, this thing's worth twice as much as it was.
Right.
So your
Yes.
assessed value has now gone up. So if it was a $100,000 house before, we'll use the round numbers, 1% of that, you get some discounts, but $100,000 house would have had $1,000 a year property tax bill.
Right.
Well, now it's a $200,000 house. So now you've got a $2,000 a year tax bill. You've got some discounts on there, but it's going to be $1,500 to $2,000 a year in property
Right.
taxes because the thing went up. It can only go up so fast because there's a cap as to how quickly it can take you
Mhm.
there.
Right.
So over the next 5 to 6 years, your assessed value is going to keep climbing at whatever that rate is. And the full force of the Henry County government is going to come down on you in about 5 years.
Right. Well, I'm not upset. Like I'll be able to sell it for more than I bought it.
Sure.
Like I get emails
But-
every month with like your house is appraising at this. Like it's appraising at like 210 right now.
Yeah.
Bought it for once. So I'm
But
happy
you'd
with that.
You'd like
but-
to live somewhere though.
Right.
Right.
But I'm
You're
also
gonna-
like,
You
why
gotta-
is it going like,
Yeah.
like it's a presentable place. It doesn't look like a rundown shack. I landscape it, take care of it. But like, what have I done exterior wise
Asphalt
for
driveway.
Well, here's
for
the-
my
here's
mortgage
the-
to go up because
here's
it's
the
all in
se-
escrow.
Here's what they do, as I understand it, and I will stand corrected if I'm wrong. But this was the education I received from the assessor's office. Once a year, they do this in thirds, but they'll go through a third of the county with some sort of aircraft,
Mhm.
drone, whatever, and they will literally cover every inch of the county and know what was built, what was changed. And
Right.
so they saw your driveway went from whatever color to asphalt.
Right.
Well,
And
they'll
they
drive
nailed
around
you.
and take pictures of
Right.
your
You should've
property as
painted
well.
your- you should've
Yeah, I do
painted it
notice
white.
that. Like, I
Should've
called the
painted it
cops
white.
one day because someone was outside my house taking pictures. I'm like, "Who are you?" I wasn't home. I was
Yeah.
at work and I had it on my camera. I'm like, "Why are you taking pictures of my house?"
Well,
like, that's a good
they're
way
g-
for me to
they're
come out with a
good.
shotgun and be like, "What are you doing?"
They could find people in the woods who are building
You
like
know?
incognito. Like
Yes,
they're
it's
good. They're
crazy.
Their software, like what they do to detect what they can tax
Yeah.
is, and they should. I mean, that
Yeah.
is their purpose. That's
Right.
their job.
Yeah, it's their
but
job. I'm not going to stop them from doing
um,
their job, but
It sucks when it costs. so
yeah,
damn
because I mean,
much.
like, I stained my back deck. I
right.
Oh,
redid all that,
you're
but,
just- you're just causing more.
you know,
fire.
like, and I built a fire pit out of bricks I already had.
we
but
should
I'm
be
like,
building
there's
underground.
No way.
Yes.
The airplanes can't tell
The
what's
Right.
underground,
The
right?
mole
Right.
people aren't taxed enough. That's what Betsy says.
Right.
Yes,
We can
I'm very
beg
pro
their-
mole people.
That's where we can get.
I need to
That's
just
where we
get a
can get
big
some money
tent.
from them.
we
Put
need
over
to
top of
negotiate
it
with
so
the
they
mole
can't get
people
pictures
more.
of
No,
it.
nope. That's another building. So now we're going
Good
to be.
point.
It's not a
Good
permanent
point.
structure.
Good
Would you
point.
say a mole is a vole a mole? Can we negotiate with them as well?
I think all
Anybody-
subterranean creatures.
Yeah, anybody
Okay.
underground.
All right.
Yeah.
It took my third show to agree with something Bone said.
About damn time. About damn time. All right.
I'm sorry.
Let's cause some division in this group. Permanent daylight saving time.
So are we on the time we are now?
Yes.
I love
Th-
the early.
this
I
is-
love
okay.
the early daylight.
So this is the conversation that is currently in place. In 2022, Marco Rubio was a prominent senator before he was a notable Secretary of State.
He was also a go-go dancer in college. Just saying.
Well, I wasn't given the full bio.
Just saying. You said I wasn't a Republican. I wanted to give you some of his cool background.
Jesus,
Can we define cool?
you're
no,
done.
No.
Do you think he wore like a halter top? What's a go-go dancer wear? I don't.
Oh,
I've never.
Lord.
Sarah's never taken me to a
White
go.
boots.
I didn't mean
Sarah's
to
never
deep
taken
dive
me to a
this
go-go.
deep, so
Do you have any
I'm gonna
pictures
let
of Marco?
You guys do that research on your own.
Just send a picture to to the group of Marco as a go-go dancer. We're gonna,
It's coming.
There's already an AI
Secretary-
version of this. You know there is. Him
Secretary
sitting on the couch
Rubio.
in a go-go outfit.
So former Senator Rubio in 2022 shepherded through the Permanent Sunshine Act, which was staying on fast time all the time. It could not get heard in the House of Representatives. President Trump has said he supports it. He's a part of the Florida delegation and a big fan of this. So in 2026, it actually passed the House of Representatives. Now it's into the Senate, and in the next week or two, theoretically, it could be heard. I've been a proponent of this because I'm tired of not having any daylight at night on the weekends.
Yeah.
From November until March, I get home from work and I can't. Sarah's doing the work. She is finding the picture of
It was more of a Chippendales kind of
shirtless
style.
Florida men. This looks like some sort of Republican fundraiser. I don't know. Sarah can drop it into Patreon if you want to jump. If you want to see what this is, she can put it.
It
in
was a
Patreon.
King Cobra contest. So it was during high school. It was a male talent competition. And he wowed the crowd with a Chippendales style dance routine.
Good
Him
for
and Chris
Marco.
I
Farley-
think
him and
Chris Farley did it better.
This
Yeah.
is what they do.
He'll
at
never
Lincoln
be
Day
Chris
dinners,
Farley in
isn't
my
it?
heart.
I didn't have this information. It's probably discussed at Lincoln Days.
Okay.
Hey, look, this prepared him to lead the nation as our
Yes,
Secretary
it
of State.
did. Yes,
He's
it
doing a
did.
fine job. Thank
I am not one to shame the arts. Okay, if that's what he wants to do, then that is an art, and I'm not here to make fun of it. I support theater.
The word art is quite liberal in this context, but I'll give it to you.
Dance is an art.
Yeah, those are the
Yeah.
arts.
I can't dance worth a damn, so I'm happy for people that can.
Yeah, good for Marco, Senator
Good.
or
for
Secretary
Marco.
Rubio. Little
Happy
Marco
for him.
danced good. So it passed the House this year. Do we want it to get through the Senate? Are you guys in favor of this change? I am. People complain and say, hey, the kids are going to be out on the bus stop too damn early. You're going to get run over. I still think it's dark in the mornings, regardless whether they get out there at 7:30 or 8:30 in the morning.
Can they have a flashlight? Can we find solutions?
Maybe we can put a little mining hat on the
Back
kids.
in the day, they said they
Streetlight.
gave them like reflective bracelets or something. So when they tried this the first time in the 70s.
We got LD lights now on
I
school
know.
buses.
Also, how many kids? I mean, I don't know. Newcastle's a little different. Where I was from,
There are kids
there
that walk
were
to school in the
very,
wintertime.
very few children who walked to school because most of the schools were on like a state highway, or several of them were.
Point.
So what time would the
Here, I think
sun
there's more.
rise, say January 26th?
It would basically be an hour later than what it does now. So I think like
So,
the latest
7 o'clock?
sunrise was like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. I am a huge proponent and supporter of mental health. Big supporter of it. It's like it's like something you don't ever talk about. You know, it's like you don't talk about mental health, blah, blah, blah. I'm a huge supporter of it. I mean, on it. I think it is very beneficial to get the sunlight. I think it true. I mean, yes, there's medication.
We're chronically depleted of
Absolutely.
B12,
I think
yeah.
it absolutely is beneficial. And so I'm for it.
Sure.
I'm for it. And I'm also tired of changing the damn clocks. You know, like that's so frustrating. But I think the bigger picture is like there's a lot of people and we have a mental health crisis in America. I mean, whether people want to admit it or not, some people are still stuck in their ways that don't believe in it. I think we have a huge crisis in it. And I think it benefits the more sunlight you can get. And rather than changing back and forth, I think if it benefits that aspect, I'm all for it. You know, I think it's a good idea. And I'm also just tired of changing the clocks. That's just laziness out of me, but
So
tired of changing it.
December 22nd, the sun would come up at 8:52 in the morning on Eastern time.
I mean, that's late. But how long would it stay up for?
Well, the same amount of times it does now. But here's the thing.
No,
Here-
it would be an hour earlier.
well, it would stay up until probably 6:30 p.m. instead of 5:30 p.m. that night, right?
Which is better because like
More
I'm
people
the
would
head
see
wrestling
that.
coach at Knightstown for the varsity, and like we get out of practice. We practice from 4 to 6. 6 o'clock, it's dark. I mean, like pitch black.
And this is my complaint: is that as an office worker during the work week, if I'm going to the office 5 days, I am
Mhm.
not seeing the sunshine at home.
Right.
Period.
Right.
It's
all.
happening while you're in the office.
Yeah.
Right.
And the sun isn't up when I leave the house, so I never see it.
Right.
And it doesn't change it for me whether the sun comes up at 7:52 in the morning or
Mhm.
8:52. It's dark regardless.
Right.
I'm driving to work in the dark no matter what.
Right.
But if we go to the fast time all the time, which is the time zone we're on now,
Right.
then we have it.
It sounds like we have a general consensus at the table and Sarah, that the later the sun is out, the better.
I think it's
Now,
easier to drive to work in the dark than drive home from work in the dark. Personally,
It's better for golf courses in the summertime to have fast time all the
It
time
is.
where you can play a little extra golf later.
is.
It is terrible for other industries. I think one group that has massively suffered is the culture of drive-in theaters. They're
Yeah.
gone.
yeah,
Yeah.
I see that.
You guys have
I see
killed
that.
every drive-in movie theater
I
out
see
there.
that.
You're not. It's
I
really
don't
hard to
think
want
that
to
was
take
the
your
only reason,
kids.
but
That's a big part of it.
certainly-
I think
Yeah.
it's
It's a big part of
I see
it.
that.
Makes
I see
sense.
that.
But like
Because-
taking a kid to a movie, it doesn't start till 10 p.m.
Right.
Yeah.
They're usually in
The
bed
double
for 2 hours. by
movie
then.
is over at 4:30 in the
Right.
morning.
Right.
Right.
I
and
think
then
the
the sun's
drive-in
going to come up right after that.
the summer drive-in movie theaters are hosed by this, and they have been. So if you switched it, then maybe that's the one industry that would do better.
If we went to slow time all the time.
If we went to slow
But
time
it
all
was
the time.
also
If we
already
essentially
a
moved
dying
to-
industry.
If we move to the equivalent of Central Time.
I do appreciate like the early sunset because I get out of bed. I don't sleep till, noon and miss phone calls. But I do like the late sunset. I think I do enjoy it. Like I feel like it gives you more out of your day. You get more, but you really don't. I mean, it's one way or the other, it's either rises early or sets.
Right.
But I kind of like I don't work. Obviously, I don't come home from work at 4 or 5 p.m. when it's dark.
Right.
But like my days off, like it's nice to be able to be outside till 8, 9 o'clock and
I'm more active.
do whatever.
I'll do stuff in the evenings if I can go. If I can
Yeah.
take a walk in that last 40 minutes, there's daylight out. I might go take the dogs for a walk.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I love, like, I'm a big gardener and I love having that extra hour in the middle of the summer to be outside and not need I also night garden with my headlamp and I pick my green beans or
Mhm.
whatever in the middle of the night. It's
This all
fun,
works
by the way.
well when we have a lot of sunlight, you guys' options. But I think the biggest problem is going to be in the wintertime.
Yeah.
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 And you guys aren't going for walks. You
No.
aren't gardening.
Good point.
No.
Good point.
I am going for if I have a 50-degree day on November 20th,
Okay.
I'm going to go.
Yes.
Yes.
Prime college football time.
Right.
Also March
One-
probably.
Or in March.
One, November's not winter.
No,
It's
but
fall.
that's when we fall back
On the
usually
first
around
weekend-
the first week in
Sunday.
November.
There are some November days that feel like winter bones.
Yeah, there are, and there's some. Every season's kind of
Psychologically, I listen. We talk about mental health, Caleb, and wintertime is the time that we struggle the
Yeah.
most with this. Psychologically, when we spring forward and I've got that extra daylight in March,
Mhm.
my mind, it's springtime, right?
Yeah.
I'm-
Even if
I'm-
it's cold outside.
Even if it's cold outside, I'm
Even
ready
if
for
the
it.
Groundhog
So
sees the shadow.
So if it is February 15th and I've got that extra hour of daylight and it's 57 degrees, I'm going to try to take my wife camping.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna break away for the weekend.
Absolutely.
And when I have that extra hour of daylight, I can do that after work.
yeah,
We
absolutely.
can go to the state park. We can do the extra stuff, and then we'll spend a whole weekend out at the lake or whatever. Not fishing, not ice fishing, but we'll look at it
Right.
and we'll make fun of the Canadian geese that can't decide what the hell to do
we
with themselves.
did that last
We
February
camped in
in Summit
February
Lake.
this year.
so. This is what we're just going to keep everything the same. Otherwise, you don't have anything to look forward to. If the time doesn't change, you'll have that extra.
It's like dessert all year round.
Point.
No, and then that's how we get diabetes.
You still get the extra hour at the end of the day. The extra
keep the
hour
hour.
sunlight.
We keep the hour.
But then now you don't have anything to look forward to. It's just
In the morning, yeah, it's
no.
going to be dark and dismal.
Nope. I said we keep it the same.
Zach says he needs the spring morning sun to be able to see the potholes on I-70 that NDOT refuses to fix.
No doubt.
I think you just need to put your fog lights on, Zach, and then we'll suffer through.
Oh my god.
Because you can see them on your drive home when you're heading back eastbound in the evenings.
We do see in like the winter and stuff high increase in suicides and stuff like that. And those, I think sometimes those are tougher than the pediatric calls we go on. I mean, pediatric calls suck, but the suicide calls, those are pretty tough. And I think that if we can do anything to avoid that or to kind of help that out, I think it's beneficial to everybody in general. But the thing is I like I don't mind the early sunrise. I kind of enjoy it. I'm not a morning person. You can ask anyone when I get to work, like don't talk to me for at least an hour and a half. But I do like the late sunset a little bit more than the early sunrise. I do enjoy the later sunset.
I think your perspective is really vital. The mental health wise,
I just think it's very important. Like it's just
this may be. I mean, we can't put a number on it. There's
Right.
no tangible
Right.
measurement, but this may actually be a life saving
it could.
measure.
I think it
could
depends
help.
on the person though, because you have a lot of
Right.
people that are very much like getting that sun in the morning before they start their day.
Yeah.
That's something that's vital. So and people say like getting that vitamin D at the
Yeah.
beginning of the day is better for your body than
Yeah, I agree.
getting it at the end.
When I'm driving to work right now, like the sun's starting to come up. Like I leave the house at the latest 5:30, or I feel like I'm in a scramble. But like by the time I get to work I get there at 6:20, the sun's coming up. Like it is like, oh, this is nice. Like it kind of gives me that energy to get going for the day. I'm not sluggish at the morning part. Like, you hit after lunch, everyone eats lunch, like it's time for a nap. That's just firehouse life. Cops don't have that luxury. But I do see your point with early sunrise.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to
People
make
need it.
everybody happy.
You're not.
So-
It's anything in life. People are going to be mad about no matter what. Someone's going to complain about something no matter what happens.
I think I'd like to see the data on like what percentage of people are awake at that 7:22 in the morning versus that 5:22 p.m. or whatever.
Right.
That hour you're talking about either way, and what percentage of the population actually gets to enjoy it either
Right.
way. because I think more people are going to use that PM time than the AM time.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
mean,
personal view.
I
But maybe I'm
enjoy-
biased.
the only thing that I enjoy the early sunset on is during like football season. I think it's always cool to play under the lights and they turn the lights on. Like that's a dumb thing to think of, but I enjoy that. Like when you turn the lights on at the football field and they're playing high school football.
Well, thankfully, college football plays
Start.
from August until
Right.
February now.
Yep.
If you're a Hoosier.
Yeah.
Penn State, check local listings, but
I'm all in on Indiana. Penn State's a paycheck, and I love my colleagues,
Penn
but
State
I'm
sucks.
I've only worked there for 16 years, but I'm all in on the Hoosiers, so no big.
all right. You guys can check the Patreon for the full story. Mr. Bones, this is where you start to
Yep.
grab that bottle up
Yep.
there. Sarah and I took a trip to Louisville, Kentucky over the weekend, and we met a lovely couple. Sarah, remind me of the name.
Jeff and Marcy.
Jeff and Marcy. They're from Washington, Pennsylvania, and they sent our way a bottle of Liberty Pole rye whiskey, and we're opening it on the show, and 3 of us are going to try it on the air. I'm
Thank
excited.
you, Jeff and Marcy.
Thank you, Jeff and Marcy. It's ooh,
America.
nice little pop. So the cool thing about this distillery is it's in Washington, Pennsylvania, which is where the Whiskey Rebellion originated. So on a podcast that's been talking about taxes for most of the evening. The original American fight over taxes was with tea. That was the Boston Tea Party, and then we
Sarah,
followed
you
up.
want one?
I'm not allowed at this point.
Don't want to be rude.
You have it off camera.
I won't allow myself to have it.
And then President Washington got the first challenge of the American presidency when the Whiskey Rebellion happened, as they were trying to tax whiskey.
Just as an aside, this happened about a month and a half ago, but King Charles III of England came over to visit, and he addressed Congress, and the speech was freaking hilarious, and I can say that as a speech teacher. He nailed it, and he had a great response, but he made little jokes about things like the Whiskey Rebellion and just like all of our American Revolutionary War conflicts. Like he did a great job of mentioning them, poking a little bit of fun, and then tying it back to, hey, we've been best friends this whole time, minus our little war.
Minus the time they
little
burnt down the
minus
White House.
1812, whatever. We burned down your White House. We did some renovations. He actually said that. We've done some renovations here before. It was hilarious.
They were
but-
more destructive in this century than his.
but no, it was a really cool speech, and it spoke to a lot of what you're saying.
All right, Mr. Bones, you're
All right.
the official whiskey taster of the show. I want your notes.
So, I mean, smell
You're generally more of a bourbon guy, but this is a rye.
I like rice. A little minty. Are we smelling or tasting?
You do both.
Okay.
You do whatever you like. The proof feels legit. I don't know what
Yes.
the proof is. I'm going to guess this is at least a 98 proof.
I say 105.
108.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Um,
Because I'm
He likes
Very-
a 90 proof
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
This is-
lower.
I'll complain about hot. And this is now we did try their canned cocktail on Patreon. So this is not the first spirit that has touched my lips this evening.
all right. So this is pot distilled. It's sweet mash, which means they come up with a new
A new batch of corn every time, or a batch of
what am I thinking of?
What is pond distilled? Does it mean frogs or like frolicking in it?
pot.
Pot.
Pot distilled. Sweet mash means they come up with their own like cultures
Oh, okay, yeah.
every new time.
It's not a sour mash,
It's not a
where
sour
which
mash.
just
They
carries
don't
from one to the
reuse
next.
it.
Yep. 74% rye, 13% wheat, and 13% malted barley. And it is 3.5 years old.
It does have a good the rye is very. You get the rye chip, right?
Oh, yeah.
The
You
rye,
get the rye spice to it.
it's which I didn't used to like. But I'm learning to appreciate it more.
I thought I like the old fashioned a little bit more, but I didn't think it was bad.
Make a cocktail out of it.
Yeah.
It's a solid cocktail rye. It's not. There's nothing in there that's going to blow your mind, and there's nothing that's dislikable about it.
Yeah, but I mean, this is you have to grade them on the scale of this is not out of Kentucky,
Good
right?
point.
This is an actually regionally
So-
produced.
So you want to
spirit.
get into that? Kentucky doesn't grow rye.
They do bourbon
Yeah,
because they have
So
the corn.
Kentucky
Mhm.
rye is really subpar compared to Pennsylvania, where they've been growing rye for eons.
So this is what they should be making there.
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm going to check it out. So work takes me to Western Pennsylvania all the time, and I will definitely be reaching out to Jeff and Marcy and meeting them down at Liberty Pole.
Did we
And trying it
decide
out.
if Pittsburgh is Midwest or what?
It's not.
It is.
I think it's the
A
confluence
combination
of
of
three
cultures.
things. I think it's the East Coast meets Appalachia meets the Midwest. It's where all three meet.
It's kind of like a thruple right there.
It is the
The
mixing
three
pot
rivers.
of the three. Yeah,
Okay.
that's legitimately the way I look at it.
I've never considered it Midwestern, but I think you could make that argument. I can see that.
It's like Louisville
It would
is
be the
is a-
far eastern.
Louisville
end.
is the northernmost southern city, right? I think that Pittsburgh is the westernmost eastern city
Sure.
for sure. Like it still has that New York Manhattan culture is there,
Oh, I can tell
But-
you all about that.
but they also have that West Virginia southerner portion to it, and you can certainly find your Midwestern sensibilities there because you can relate with somebody like a Midwesterner in Pittsburgh all the time, blue collar all the way through.
Yeah.
But you go find the university crowd, which there's plenty at Carnegie Mellon and Pitt, then it's you've got that northeastern crowd there as well.
I don't believe in college.
Just in raising taxes.
I didn't say that.
Allegedly, not anymore. No, she wants to vote
It's
the
old
bums
news,
out.
Bones.
Vote the bums out. So this is great. I'm excited.
Like I said, there's nothing. Wow, there's nothing dislikable about it.
Yeah.
It's all.
I don't know
Smooth.
about the distribution. If this is available only in the state of Pennsylvania,
I've
or if
never
they're
seen it before, so
Yeah,
I'm
I've
gonna,
never heard of it.
I think it's very regional, but it might be Pennsylvania and West Virginia only. I don't know.
Mhm.
They may not be a not out of the state.
A lot of these things you can only find where they're produced, which is cool. It's part of the collection, and now it belongs to the studio.
It does say on their website that they've got a few different spirits to choose from. So on the main photo on their website, I'm seeing there's a wheated bourbon whiskey, which you might be interested
I
in.
do like my weeded.
It looks like there's a wheated rye whiskey. Okay, sorry. And then there is a peated bourbon,
Ooh,
corn
a what?
whiskey,
A peated.
A
peated
bourbon.
bourbon. Yeah.
Really?
That's a Scotch bourbon.
So
sounds
Jeremiah's going to
interesting.
have to go pick that up and bring it back.
Yeah, pick that up next time you're there. That should be interesting.
That's when you want to bring back to the whiskey club.
And their corn whiskey it's a 90% Bloody Butcher corn and 10% Six Row Distillers malt.
Hmm.
And then they do have a bourbon cream there.
I don't think you can get it. I think it's basically isolated there
All right.
from what I'm looking up.
So Curiata. Curiata is one of those pages that they can ship whiskeys and things across the country.
Mhm.
All right. So World Cup news. It's over.
Yay.
I checked our selections. Bones, you took Colombia. They didn't win. I took Mexico. They did not win. Caleb, you had Iraq. They did not win.
That was a terrible choice, my friend.
Mason Rottinghouse took France. They finished fourth.
Okay.
Zach had Argentina, P2, second place. None
Good
of us
choice,
took
Zach.
Spain.
No one asked me.
None of us took
Good
Spain.
choice.
You would have taken Curacao.
I would have taken England or Norway.
No, Norway was a darling as well.
I definitely wouldn't have
Because
taken
Erling
Belgium.
Haaland is a badass Viking.
Zach's been doing his research, or Bones has been doing his research. He thinks this is a $64 bottle.
Yes,
Uh,
it's
on-
uncommon, so that's kind of cool.
Uncommon?
Uncommon.
Uncommon.
Yeah.
We have it here.
Yeah.
It was a great World Cup though. And I do what I really appreciate, and I know we shared it with Canada a little bit, which it sounds like everybody hated Canada
And Mexico.
and everybody loved Mexico and everybody loved America. But just the really cool feedback from people visiting who were like, I've been told my entire life that Americans are just angry, evil bastards. And I came here and I found
Well, for the most
lovely.
part.
No, they were like, I mean, I
It's
think
just people
I think
from
they were.
Philadelphia.
I think right. They just yeah. They unfortunately only knew us by Philadelphia.
They'll throw batteries at Santa Claus.
Just the good vibes that they left America with. I think that's very, very cool, and that's what makes international events so compelling.
And the president got to give him the trophy.
Hmm.
As is traditionally done, I'm sure.
Right.
It's a new tradition.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Hey, he's your guy. I'm just here to celebrate.
Was a fun final to watch. It was exciting.
That was the most soccer / football I have watched in my whole life, and I am thankful that it is over.
It was 1-0, and then we got a little extra soccer or football. They had a 30-minute overtime. Sarah and I were anxiously waiting for it to end because there were 40 million people watching, and our IndyCar race was going to be on next. And Fox was counting on the big audience to carry over and give them a massive audience for the IndyCar race at Nashville. The soccer match extended an extra half an hour.
IndyCar fumbled the football on this one.
And then IndyCar went to Nashville, and there was a lightning delay. And then
Another lightning delay.
And then a lightning delay. And then they finished the entire post game on Fox, held on to as much of the audience as they could. And then they went to Nashville and they said, we're drying the track. And they did a bunch of interviews with people. And then the heavens opened up and they raced on Monday. And instead of having 10 million people watch the beginning of the IndyCar race, Monday they had 775,000 people watch the damn race.
So here's where I think they fumbled it. I think you start it and have the football end, and then everyone tunes in and just goes straight to the
Join in progress.
Join the progress, first quarter of the race. They might get hooked on that instead of all the, the poopla that goes on before the race.
They were going to have, it was going to
If
be
Mother Nature hadn't intervened, that would have happened.
It would have been 5 minutes
and then green flag.
of pre-race and go
Yeah.
is what it would have been. So they would have seen the start essentially, but they had the weather delay. That was the problem. But if it had been 5 minutes of pre-race and then going, would that have worked for you?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's not the way it worked out. So
Yeah.
I'm going to still say IndyCar fumbled this one.
Yeah.
Sorry,
They flew-
it rained.
they flew
and
too
they
close to the
can't
sun.
rain or do a race on the ovals in the rain.
If they had chosen to go with the race that was on that weekend the year before, they would have been in Laguna Seca, California, a
And
place
would
that
have
it
been fine.
never rains. And it wouldn't have been the oval race they were hoping for, which is like the second fastest race of the calendar versus the Indy 500, but they would have had a product to put on.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Alex Palou won.
Woohoo.
David Malukas crashed in practice.
Is he okay?
He
That was
spent
a bad
the day.
wreck, wasn't
He
it?
spent
Had
the
a
day in the
swollen
hospital.
knee.
Connor Daly almost replaced him. Got out of the hospital by the time the final practice happened. He was the fastest car on track that day. Started last,
Wow.
finished third.
I didn't know that.
He's a
You had an
badass
incredible
little
day.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got
Chef
beat up.
Dave.
Yeah, he's impressive. Joseph Newgarden finished second. He was very angry finishing second. Very complaining on the radio after the thing was over. But yeah, Spanish IndyCar driver won on Monday. Spain won Sunday. Good week for the
Good
Spaniards.
day for Spain.
Is
Um,
Newgarden ever happy?
If he wins.
He used to
Okay.
be.
If he wins.
I
He's-
want to like him, but
He's Dark
always kinda
Joseph now.
angry.
He's Dark Joseph
He's
now.
also he's really good with fans. I'll give him that. He is very good with fans, whether they're children or adults. Like if he knows and he's seen you somewhere before, like he's very kind to people. So he does have his happy moments.
They're just fewer and fewer. Other racing news this week. Alex Bowman announced today that he is retiring from NASCAR competition. He's 33.
Man, I wish I could retire at 33.
Me too.
He replaced Jimmy Johnson, who was retiring from NASCAR competition, but he's still racing NASCAR. He's had almost his entire career in the 48 car after replacing Jimmy, and now Alex Bowman is retiring. He has had head injuries, so a lot of folks are saying that it's because of concussions and things that have happened there. I get that, but if the concussions are so bad that you have to retire from racing, why are you waiting a year and a half to do it?
Because
Yeah.
they
Doesn't
I
make
think
any
they're gonna
sense.
get worse. They're right now.
He's-
They're okay.
Well,
But a
I
year and a
think
half
it's
away. They're going to get bad.
to me, it reads like, "Hey, we'd like you to leave the car, and
Yeah.
we're going to put somebody in the car in a year and a half. So why don't you just go away in a year and a half, and we're going to call it a retirement.
So technically, he would finish out this year,
Finish this year and
then
finish
this
next year,
and
and
be
then
out.
retire because
Right.
he's got head injuries.
Probably it's the end of a contract. I'm going to assume,
That's the way it
and
feels.
then
To
we're
me.
not going to renew it. And Noah Amadi wants me.
I grew up in an era of NASCAR where guys were rookies. Dick Trickle was like 42 when he was a rookie. Mike Skinner was 39 or 40 when he was a NASCAR rookie. That's like 6 years from now he would be that old. So I'm just like, I don't know that I buy it is my problem, but I wish him the best, and
He
I
may
hope
be
he's
doing a Dale Jr. before he got to that point where he knows that he's on borrowed time and he wants to be able to enjoy life and enjoy his family while he's still in his 30s versus waiting till he's in his
Yeah.
40s
and
to do that.
I made a comment in it might have been on NASCAR.com's post on Facebook. I said, hey, I think there's a shit ton of money in Cup Series now. Maybe they're making too much money because guys are retiring at 33.
Fair.
They're able to just walk away, and they don't need it for money. They're not in it for the love of the game. They can just walk away, which is great if you're an athlete and you want to be done. But I would like to watch people that want to be in it for competition.
And it's
just
fun
wanna
when
be
there's
there.
like a legacy that you've seen them start from the beginning, and then like I love watching Scott Dixon all these years.
I don't know. I just if you're so hurt that you have to get out of the car, then by all means get out of the car.
Yeah.
If you're gonna whatever. I don't know. I'm not that emotionally attached to this particular driver anyway. He's a cool guy. He's got a big Value Lane deal, and he does a bunch of stuff in short tracks I think are really great. And he owns like midget cars and runs USAC stuff. And I think that part is fantastic. And if he just wants to focus on that, then cool. Love to have him at those tracks and support that and be a big car owner there. But the skeptical side of me doesn't, and maybe I'm just being overly difficult today, but I don't know that I believe the story I'm being told.
By the way, NASCAR's in Indianapolis this weekend.
They are. It's Brickyard 400 weekend. Unfortunately, our guy Presley Sora is not running, but Brayton Laster is. He'll be in the Peerless Pumps. Is it Peerless Pumps?
Yes.
Peerless Pumps car this Friday night at IRP. So they race at 5:00 at Indianapolis Raceway Park. 8 p.m. Connor Daly is in the Colleague Ram truck. Noblesville's own Connor Daly will be racing. Saturday, you got the Xfinity cars at the IMS Oval, and then Sunday you'll get to see Alex Bowman probably win the damn Brickyard 400. Should retire in Victory Lane. Betsy, you went to a Fever game last night, didn't you?
I've been to almost all the Fever games, home games. Yes. And they won.
They
Big.
did.
They won big. They
Yeah, they-
almost set the WBA singles season scoring record. They were off by like 3 or 4 points.
last night
Yes.
because they had another scoring
They
record earlier in the
whoop-
week.
Yeah, they whooped on the Connecticut Sun last night. They were up by 20 in the first.
Is it the last year of the Connecticut Sun?
Yeah, they're going to Houston.
Boy, Connecticut can't catch a break.
They don't have.
First, they
I
got
don't-
drafted by Bones, and now
Late. By the way, late pick.
I don't know.
and
that
now
they,
they're losing their WNBA team.
I don't know that they have great support in where they are in Connecticut. I think the Houston franchise is going to do better. But
So the Indiana Fever are now the first place team in the Eastern Conference for
That's
the
right.
WNBA.
5th overall, Western Conference has the top 4 teams: Lynx, Valkyries, Aces, Wings, and then the Fever are 5, first in the Eastern.
Does that make any difference for the playoffs, or do they do East and West playoffs?
No, they don't. They
Yeah,
just
they-
do a
they-
mix.
yeah, they
So your conference doesn't
throw
mean a
out
damn
It
thing.
doesn't. Yeah,
That's-
believe it or not.
Bullshit.
I think as the team as the league grows, when they can do that logically, it makes sense. But right now, like it would be a bloodbath in the Western Conference where you'd knock out so many good teams, and then you'd have so many crappy teams.
Well,
in the
maybe-
Eastern.
Maybe that would help teams move to the East.
Yeah, I don't know. The Fever are looking really good though. They've won of their last 10, they've won 7. They're 6-5 away. They're 11-5 at home. 7-4 in conference. The game break is 4.5 games, which halfway through the season is no big deal. They're to me, everyone's like, "Oh, the sky's falling," and it's like, calm down. We're not halfway through the season. They need time to gel. They have a team full of superstars, and I think everyone forgets what Stephanie White did last year without Caitlin, like all the coaching, where they literally went to overtime of the Eastern Conference Finals. They're going to be just fine.
So Caitlin Clark has been getting in some trouble with referees.
They're stupid idiots. Yeah, last night she's okay. They're literally up by 30. Sanaya Rivers of Connecticut says, "I'm going to lock you down," and Caitlin says, "Billboard," and she gets a tech for it. It's
Why is she in the game?
Caitlin at
Yeah.
that point.
The fans want to see her play.
That's a good question. That's at 30 points up. I would pull my best players too. So that's a very, very good question. But I mean, just Billboard, like
That's
or
not a
clapping
tag.
at somebody. Not, I mean, if you're like clapping in somebody's face, like that's one thing. But just to be clapping off to the side, tech, like the WNBA are run by. I mean, Kathy Engelberg is a stupid idiot. The penalties they're levying on Caitlin are completely ridiculous and outsized compared to other penalties they've levied across to other players in the league this year. And I think the WNBA is a brilliant example of squandering and beating alive your golden goose. They're stupid idiots. I'm sorry. I mean, my take is hardly controversial. Anyone watching nationally who's remotely neutral is like, what the hell is wrong with the WNBA? You were stupid.
When does that and Silverman step in and just take over?
Well, it's his fault. He's number one. He's Kathy's boss. So it's absolutely Adam Silver's fault. And I don't know if it takes Caitlin calling him and being like, hey, Adam, figure it out, or I'll go start my own league.
Yep.
Because she could.
Oh, absolutely.
She could.
I bet the Saudis would pay for it.
Oh, no. Oh, no doubt. The Russians would pay for it.
Yeah,
The
because
Ru-
the Saudi,
No,
all
no,
the
no,
Saudi
no, no,
They
no,
leagues,
love women's
No,
sports.
they've gone so well.
Remember, you have to know WNBA history. Remember, like Sue Bird, Dinah Taurasi would go to Russia to play for oligarchs. All these crazy oligarchs had their women's teams who played against each other. It was their way of having fun because they couldn't buy they had women's teams worth a shit ton of money and they would play each other. That's how most women in the W made money, by going abroad. Like, it is possible to do another league. It is possible to do so many other things. I just want to see Caitlin get a fair shake, which she
I've made the
rarely
mistake
does.
of putting the Savannah or the banana ball on behind Betsy. So every time I look at her, it's just another visual gag in
Yeah.
the banana in the
I keep
minor league
watching
baseball
it.
game.
I noticed
A
that no
fan
one was
just
paying
caught a
attention to my
ball a moment ago,
diatribe.
which was an out. And now every time I look, they don't appear to have cheerleaders. They have dudes just dancing.
Mananas.
They're mananas or whatever the hell they
couple
are.
of Marco Rubios
Dancing.
out there.
Yeah, there's just
They're more the
It's
Chris
just-
Farley
it's just a bunch of
variety.
future
They
senators
are. They care
dancing
more
behind
about that
Betsy.
than my take on the W. It's fine. It's fine.
It's cracking me up. The Indianapolis Clowns versus the Party Animals that are ungeographically located. But they appear to be in a very big stadium. I don't know where they're playing tonight, but they're on ESPN.
It doesn't look like Victory Field.
No,
Oh,
so the
man.
Clowns, I think, only had one set of games in Indianapolis this year.
Yeah, I was
They
really
got the
bummed
Indianapolis
'cause it
name,
was
but
right
they're
by
all
the
traveling
500.
teams.
Okay.
It was in May because we couldn't go.
Yeah,
I was,
it was
bummed.
it was
I
unworkable.
remember the night because I was out with Krista's dad and we were somewhere in Fishers and like people were pouring in after the game. And I was like, how was it? They were all wearing Clowns gear and they were like, it was the best time. And I just think that, like I mentioned before in the Patreon, that history, the Negro Leagues history and us readopting that, making that part of our current history locally, I think is very cool.
Betsy, I want your take on this.
Yeah.
And this is just me looking into the WNBA for 5.8 seconds.
Okay.
Why don't we have it in the winter? And
Uh,
then just make our schedule
the
around.
NBA.
Well, I know, but you can have a fever game at home while the Pacers are on a road trip.
I would assume they would just say they don't want to compete with the NBA, and knowing
it's not really-
knowing the combined staffs, like the Pacers and Fever are the same organization, so I would say that's a lot of it too potentially.
This is
But
why
that's my educated guess.
I
I don't
can't
know.
watch. I'm out of basketball mode.
Yeah,
In the summer,
yeah. I get that.
I've played enough summer ball that I don't want to see basketball on in the summer.
You either adopt it or you do what you're doing, and you forget it's happening.
Yeah, I do.
They don't have to compete with the
until
NFL.
Sophie Cunningham does something
Well,
funny.
you don't try to compete with the NFL. You'll lose.
Right. That's what I'm saying is they
Yeah.
don't compete with the NFL. So the attention span for sports in the summertime right now, MLB is about the only major sport you have. So
Yeah.
this is the opportunity
I'm just-
for motorsports, for WNBA, for some of you don't have NFL, you don't have NHL, and you don't have the NBA right now. So when you want and you don't have college basketball, you don't have
Yeah.
college football. Right now is the time in sports that you can actually get eyeballs.
Well, and I'll just say for me personally, like if the W were a fall winter season, I would not be a season ticket holder. I would not be able to make a lot of those games for work and various reasons.
Because of daylight saving time.
That too,
Yeah.
obviously. So like having it during the summer is as an educator is wildly
Here's
convenient
my-
for me.
Here's my pie in the sky on this.
Yeah.
We eliminate NBA doesn't need 82 games. I can't.
That's a
82
lot of games.
It's a lot.
Preach.
So we would cut it in half, and we'll go to 40. Was that 41 games?
The lockout was like the lockout season was like 52, and it was more than enough games.
Yeah. So we'll do 40, say 45 games, intertwined with the Fever and WNBA, and that way we don't have.
We have double headers. It would be really fun.
I think that'd be cool. Have a Fever
Yeah.
game on at like 2:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday, and the Pacers follow it up at
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Against the same city. That'd be really badass.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't think you're wrong. Like it's a different take. I like the idea.
How quickly can they turn over the floor there?
I don't think you would have to turn over the floor.
They could
You
figure
They
just
it
do.
out.
They have different
Co-brand?
floors. They have
Uh,
very different floors.
They could figure it out.
But-
Yeah.
You just do it like they have it like some colleges
Yeah.
where the women and men
Right.
play on the same
I don't
floor.
think it would be that big of a deal.
They could figure it
Cambridge
out by
knows what it's
changing out.
doing.
They could change out the center of the court and be
Yeah.
just fine.
They're pretty
Yeah.
good at that.
They
yeah,
could-
they
they
know
could do
they
that.
know what they're doing.
That wouldn't be my concern. If the Jets and the Giants can use the same stadium within 24 hours, then you can certainly do that with them.
What's your concern with that then?
Betsy, would you tell me about Sophie Cunningham and why she's in the
I
show
don't know
notes
why
this
you
week?
think I'm referencing Sophie Cunningham.
Why
I'm
do
just
you
trying to make Bones
Why
feel
do you keep
weird
pointing me?
because I'm pulling the Sophie Cunningham.
He's got his Salt
She
Life
made
shirt on.
Dewana
Like he's,
Bonner
yeah.
lose
Like
her
he-
ever loving mind during a game just by pointing at her.
Yep.
No words.
isn't that a tech?
It was a tech. And
You know
her
what?
interview was so funny. She was
Great
like, it was
tech.
the stupidest thing I've ever done. She told me not to point at her. So my God, I was going to point at her. And she just, I mean, so ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
it's elementary school stuff. And they teed her for it, which fine, whatever. Totally worth it. But the memes are excellent.
They've gone on for years now.
You would not believe the homemade shirts at Fever games. Like the best one I think is Sophie Cunningham as a Statue of Liberty doing this. But I have been to a lot of board games and like different political events in India in like the last 3 weeks, and I swear to God, everyone's like just the whole time we're just all pointing at each other like idiots. It is it's a real big thing in Indy right now.
It was
It's-
big
it's
on
fun.
Twitter too. It made its
It's
rounds.
hilarious. It's hilarious. What they've made of it is absolutely hilarious. She's funny. Her explanation's funny. Dewana Bonner, I don't like her. I don't need to go into why because that's obviously predictable. But and I don't want to get in trouble. But she can go to hell. So can Alyssa Thomas. And those are the ones who beat the crap out of Caitlin on the
Yeah.
floor. Without
Joke. It's ridiculous.
Betsy, we're at the time of the show where we get to final thoughts. What have we forgotten?
nothing for me. I think we feel good about daylight saving times being the faster version, and I think we feel good about our sports, and hopefully Dr. Stussy finds peace with the disc golf course at Memorial Park.
It looks like she was out there removing some honeysuckle this week,
Yeah.
so she's doing something out
Really?
there.
Okay.
I do appreciate her. I don't mean that to be like amusing or mocking. Like I really think she does important work, but I also don't think we throw away this massive project we've been excited about for years because we found one plant that could have been relocated. That's my take.
I like where you're coming from.
It's called compromise.
We're air nucks. We're friends now.
You got it, buddy.
I'm a big Betsy Mills fan.
Sarah Potter
Likewise.
moral. Final thoughts for me?
I mean, this is probably the last time I'm going to sit in this producer chair before we're both parents.
Before you're gonna
Wow.
require a
Before I'll need a
babysitter.
sitter, yeah. That or have baby just hang out over here.
Oh, can we
So,
do a show with the baby?
Yeah, let's put it
we'll
right here.
Or at least
see.
part
We
time
tried
at
that with
least?
Tatum once, and it was a fail.
Okay.
But it was because Tatum was not on the show. I just had to watch Tatum, and it was time for her to want her mother, and her mother was busy.
I want to
So-
be on the baby show.
She was on the air. Yep, it's definitely baby season around here.
We still need to install our car seat, make sure we know what we're doing. But
Maybe you know how a fire or EMS personnel who might be able to help you install that.
I feel like it's just taken out of the
I'm a
box and
car
it's going to
seat
snap in.
technician.
it
There's a good
should.
chance he probably
It's-
still
we got
uses
one
a
of the
car
easy,
seat.
Yeah.
easy ones.
It should be in moments.
I know. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure I know
it
what
should
I'm
take as
doing.
long to make a baby as it does to put a car seat in.
I
Well,
that
Jared's
makes
going
me
to take
feel
us
really
7
bad
years.
for you and all heterosexuals.
6 years. That'd be. They would have outgrown the car seat by then.
What a boring life.
7 years or
It was
7
like
seconds?
6 or 7 years.
Both.
It took a while
Both.
for this to happen.
I do want to give a shout out because Sarah's going to forget to do it. Our guy, friend of the show, Aaron Dickin, was arrested
What?
Not really.
by the heart of Main Street.
Oh.
Newcastle Main Street.
He had to raise bail. He needed to raise $250, and he picked up $368.
You didn't even call me.
It was a Facebook special.
It was very quick.
Okay.
But he was asking for $1 a person to get out. Some gave more, some gave less, but he raised $368. I know a number of folks around town were involved in getting arrested and trying to get out. But I think a very worthy organization, the Downtown Newcastle Main Street, had a really cool fundraiser, and there was a suspicious amount of AI used in the posters. But
what
I
can
think
you do?
but I think it was exciting, and I know that they're going to do well with the money.
Yes.
Thank you for pitching in for Zach, and he'll be back next week, and you can listen to this. I don't know what you're going to do tomorrow morning
I know.
because normally you listen to the show. Now your Friday morning is screwed.
Thankfully,
Yep.
Off Track is on a weird schedule this week. So hopefully they'll post theirs tomorrow.
There you go, Caleb Buchanan. We got to take a rain check on your on
Yeah,
your
I'll
on
be
your
back.
backstage party.
I'll be back. I've got a couple things here. First, great to be back. Love the show. Love being here. New member of the Patreon.
Thank
for
you very much
about
for that.
a month now.
Nice.
Love it. First, I'd like to give a shout out to our former athletic trainer at the fire department. She's now a new fan of the show. Her name's McKenna Whitland. She
Get it, McKenna?
went down to I think North Carolina, one of the Carolinas. I'm gonna say North Carolina.
They're all the same. Sarah's not
Yeah,
taking
same
either. of them.
thing.
It's right there next to
Um,
Belgium.
You know, working for the military. So miss you, and just really sucks that you're gone. And then second, I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Kevin Ritchie.
Yes.
Biggest pain in my ass, but he
he's such a good dude.
he is.
He's the
one of my best
he's my mayor
friends.
of Knightstown.
He was awarded Citizen of the Year tonight for
Amazing.
the
Oh.
Knightstown Chamber of Commerce. I won't
Congratulations, Kevin.
get into it, but day late and dollar short. Chamber of Commerce, shame on you for not doing it 2 or 3 years ago, but hey, we'll take it now. So congratulations to him.
Yay, Kevin.
Well deserved.
I'm sorry we kept you away from that.
Very
And,
well deserved.
He earned that, and it should have been done many years ago, but
Love it.
we'll take it now. So congratulations to him.
Yeah. Great guy.
Mr. Bones.
Is it Kreider's closed?
They're closed at 8. They closed. Yep. Well, they're not. So they're doing a soft opening right now. Their official opening, I believe, is tomorrow night.
Yep.
Okay.
So the 24th is Friday. That's their official opening day.
I can't shout out that enough.
You enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
The
that was-
the impressions on last week's show and the amount of excitement.
Yeah.
The line tomorrow, I expect to be out the door, and they're going to be so slammed and
if
so
you are a
crushed.
cow or an onion, run.
Give them grace because I'm telling you that this community is going to absolutely nail them for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And it's going to be impressive, but I'm excited for them.
I'm gonna try.
They're open
and,
from 4 to 8 tomorrow.
I'm gonna try and sneak up there tomorrow.
Yeah.
And try and get there right at 4.
Good
A little
luck.
bit
You
before.
better be there at 12.
So I watched the
Camp
show
out
last week.
tonight.
and
We may roll by. They might be there might be tents out there now.
Yeah.
You might, yeah. Let's
I
go
was
by.
excited
We'll
to hear
have to
about
check.
it. So
We'll
I
have
got to
to
get some
check.
onion rings.
Yeah, they're worth every
So-
bit of
Yeah.
it, Caleb. And if not, we'll make arrangements. I'll go there with you during a weekend or
Yeah.
something. We'll
If
make it.
you
We'll
have
make
to
it happen.
wait for 4 hours for those onion rings, that burger, worth it.
Worth
We
it.
had 45-minute old onion rings, and they were still the best
Oh.
onion rings I've had in a decade.
I still have dreams about those.
I do want next week. I know that we're going to be joined by a few people that are promoting the an event for Tri Junior High and Senior High and the elementary, the Tri Food Pantry Drive. So that's some of our guests that we're expecting next week. But Sunday, August 2nd, from 1 to 5 at the Louisville Park, they're doing a big old canned food drive, trying to help the community. I know that the school organizations, I think the local, maybe Dunreath or Louisville Fire is involved. So trying to raise awareness for that, but they're taking back to school supplies and pre-made, canned foods, non-perishable foods. So check that out. Go on down there and give them some support. There was something else to go with that too. Heroes Fighting Hunger is what it is. So, and it's the
See, not all heroes wear capes.
local fire department, but I can't figure out which one to call out. Might be Dunreath. Don't know.
Yeah,
Don't know.
One of
It's
them.
not.
Just go support your local fire department.
They're
damn it.
trying to feed the kids, for the love of God.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I got. We'll be back Thursday of next week. We'll get more clarification on who the hell is actually responsible for this.
They'll be
But
here
it's
to talk
for
about
Tri.
it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They'll be here and they'll give us a shout.
We're the Titans of Tri High School.
There you go. We got like 19 schools in this county.
5.
Plus
Same thing.
some
Prince.
Henry County kids that go to Eastern Hancock, and the Henry County kids that go over to Nettle Creek,
the private school,
and the
yeah.
Heritage and the homeschoolers, and
I'm
and
gonna
all
say
the
5
rest.
schools.
Is Lincoln
count
in
it.
here?
Lincoln is just
That's-
barely not here.
No,
Okay.
barely.
That's in Wayne.
We have 5 real
still an
schools in
ECW.
Henry County. Let's keep it real.
But
Would've had
shout
more.
out to Lakeview.
Would have had more,
Great
but they killed
restaurant.
off the Moreland Bobcats and the Cat is Saints or whatever they were.
And the Middletown Cossacks.
Yeah.
All right, let's go
Yeah.
home.
All right. That's the end of this. Bones is going to go outside
Bones
and
is tired.
look at Kreider's being closed and weep. We'll see y'all next week.
So it's really, really good. Like shockingly, I've heard my whole life about these onion rings.
I would put it.
Orgasmic. All right, those are big words
They're
from
really
you.
good.